long-standing issue of the Speaker's appointment looks settled for now with the proposed candidacy of Agni Sapkota, a leader from the erstwhile Maoist Centre. The decision has broken the ice on the long-standing dispute and national politics, but there is still a twist in the tale as a section of the civil society has lambasted the decision to pick a murder-accused candidate from the conflict era. Good morning, I'm Amit Nagarel and these are the top stories this hour. Secretariat meeting of the ruling Nepal Communist Party decides Agni Sapkota as the candidate for the post of House Speaker. It opens door for the resumption of House proceedings. The share market witnesses a consistent progress. NEPSA index increases by 234 points in 2 months. The central bank says the trade deficit has also alleviated. A day after shedding of HRS titles, Prince Harry says there was no other option left for him and Meghan than walking away. And India clinched the one-day series against Australia with a thumping 7-wicket victory in the decisive one-day at Bangalore. Let's begin with the national political updates. The ruling Nepal Communist Party has confirmed the candidate for the post of House Speaker of the House of Representatives. The Secretariat Committee meeting of the ruling party held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Palatar yesterday decided to bid the candidacy of Agni Sapkota for the post of Speaker. Executive Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal had been rooting for Sapkota's candidacy for the Speaker's post. Meanwhile, proposed candidate Sapkota has been charged with murder during the conflict era and the case is still in deliberation at the Supreme Court. Sapkota has been alleged in the murder case of Arjun Lama of Chhatrafaz of Kapre district. Earlier yesterday, Chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpakamal Dahal held a discussion for 3 hours to decide the name of the common candidate. The Secretariat Committee meeting of the party finalized the candidate after Prime Minister Oli, who once was in favor of former Speaker Subhas Nemang, gave a note to Sapkota. Deputy Speaker Sivamaya Tumbahampe was also in the race for the post of Speaker. Tumbahampe had denied the direction from the Secretariat Committee to step down from the post of Deputy Speaker, citing that the party had failed to confirm the name of the candidate. Deputy Speaker Tumbahampe is now supposed to resign from the post for electoral procedure of the Speaker, as the Constitution does not allow the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker to be from the same party. The confirmation of the candidate has paved way to resume parliamentary proceedings of the lower house. The meeting of the lower house was postponed from a month as the ruling party was uncertain on the candidate of the Speaker. Meanwhile, the meeting of the House of Representatives is to begin from today after the ruling party finalized the candidate for the post of Speaker. The Parliament meeting had remained suspended for a month due to indecision in this regard. The meeting of the House of Representatives stated for today is to start the procedure for the appointment of the new House Speaker. Deputy Speaker Sivamaya Tumbahampe is also scheduled to tender her resignation in today's meeting itself. Today's meeting is also slated to finalize the date of the election of the House Speaker and the name of the election officer. The government is ready to amend the controversial Media Council Bill. During the Parliamentary Committee meeting yesterday, Minister for Communication and Information Technology Gokul Baskota said that the bill should be endorsed, eliminating the clause of monetary penalty authority to the Media Council. The Legislation Management Committee under the National Assembly summoned Minister Baskota to discuss on the bill. Minister Baskota opined that eliminating the clause of the monetary penalty authority to the Media Council would constrain the principle of independent journalism. Minister Baskota stated that the court is supposed to decide on the amount of penalty to be charged to the media house or the journalist disseminating news against the code of conduct.
आर्थिक क्षति वा व्यावसायिक क्षति भएमा चाहिँ के त भन्ने प्रश्न हुन्छ त्यसमा चाहिँ काउन्सिलले निर्णय गर्नु मनासी हुँदैन त्यो चाहिँ अदालती निरूपणको विषय बन्न सक्छ मध्यस्थता काउन्सिलले गराइदिनु उपयुक्त साधारण चेतावनी वा यो खण्डन गरिदेऊ भनेर उनले आदेश दिन सक्ने सम्मको स्थिति चाहिँ काउन्सिलले यो आचार संहिताको उल्लङ्घन भएको देखियो भनेर ठहर गर्न सक्दिने
The Ministry of Communication and Information Technology itself tabled the controversial Media Council bill at the Parliamentary Secretariat on 10th of May last year, including the cause of monetary penalty of 25,000 rupees to 1 million rupees for the media house or journalist disseminating news breaching the code of conduct. Following this, the media sector expressed its outrage against the Media Council bill. The bill has been taken in a very positive note. Minister Baskota suggested Media Council should be given the authority to mediate in case of breaching the code of conduct and release the perpetrator with a general warning. Minister Baskota opined that the concerned media house should compensate instead of journalists in case of monetary loss due to the news. The stock market surged by 33.4 points with transaction exceeding 2 billion rupees yesterday. A boost in the attraction among investors has been witnessed recently, especially in microfinance and insurance companies.
The NEPSE index has increased by 234 points in the past 2 months to 1,343 on Sunday. Among the total 12 groups in the share market, the NEPSE index of microfinance group has increased by 43%. 11 among the 50 microfinance companies enlisted at the Nepal Stock Exchange are currently in the process of merger. As a result, their shares have not been undergoing transactions in the secondary market. Otherwise, the transactions of the microfinance companies would have been higher than that of the insurance companies. The share values of the microfinance companies have skyrocketed due to having less share numbers compared to commercial banks, coupled with the investors' anticipation of attractive outcome and the central bank's policy of merger based on the newly introduced monetary policy. The share values of insurance companies have also increased due to having comparatively fewer share numbers. The role of large investors is considered crucial in the fluctuation of the share values of such companies.
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the residents of Udaipur district what they think are the problems in adjustments of teachers' postings and how can they be resolved. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
प्राथमिकताका आधारमा विद्यालयको सेवा क्षेत्रभित्र असर नपर्ने गरी प्रावि स्तरको लागि एक स्टेप बढुवा गरेर निमावि स्तरको लागि एक स्टेप बढुवा गरेर मिलान गरियो भने व्यवस्थापन उचित हुन्छ भन्ने लाग्छ।
मन्त्रीका मान्छे पावरफुल मान्छेहरू सहर केन्द्रित भएर बसेका छन् र सोझा निमुखा मान्छे मात्रै पाहाडतिर छन्। त्यसकारणले मन्त्रीहरूले आफ्नो मान्छेले पहिले खेद्नु पर्यो चाहिँ के अरे दरबन्दी कम भएको ठाउँमा।
पावरफुल छ नि मान्छेको हैन राजनीति त्यसले पनि असर पारेको छ। अब पहाडमा चाहिँ नगइदिने अनि अब सुगम ठाउँमा बस्ने त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अलिक कठिनाइ पनि भइरहेछ।
पहिले नियुक्ति हुनेहरूलाई त्यो विद्यालयमा राखेर पछि नियुक्ति हुनेहरूलाई त्यो विद्यालय भन्दा अन्य विद्यालयमा लान सकिन्छ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what's your take on the consistent improvement in the share market? And options are A, obvious outcome of sluggish market, B, investors' attraction, and C, effect of cheaper interest rates. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports update.
Sports news.
India have clinched the 3-match one-day series against Australia 2-1. In the decisive one-day played yesterday in Bangalore, India registered a comprehensive 7-wicket victory. Electing to bat first, Australia put on 286 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. After the loss of 2 openers cheaply, Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne put on 127 runs partnership for the 3rd wicket. Smith top scored for the Aussies with 131 runs, while Labuschagne made 54 runs. Mohammad Sami was the most successful Indian bowler with 4 wickets, chasing the victory target of 287 runs. Rohit Sharma led the Indian charge with 119 runs. Virat Kohli played the captain's innings with 89 runs. After an embarrassing loss in the first one-day, India came back to win the series 2-1. Liverpool maintained the unbeaten run at the English Premier League with a 2-0 win over Manchester United. Virgil van Dijk opened the scoring for the Reds in the 14th minute with a powerful header. Roberto Firmino's strike 10 minutes later was overruled by VAR assistance. After leading the match 1-0, Liverpool sealed the 2-0 win in the injury time when Mohamed Salah found the net. With the win, the Jurgen Klopp's men have snatched a clear 16 points lead at the top of the English Premier League, with still a match in hand. In another match played last night, Burnley stunned high-flying Leicester City 2-1. Cristiano Ronaldo scored for a 7th successive Serie A game as his brace gave leaders Juventus victory at home to Parma last night. Ronaldo opened the scoring 2 minutes before half-time with a deflected effort of Matteo Darmian. Andreas Cornelius' powerful header restored parity, but Ronaldo slotted home Paulo Dybala's pass to restore Juve's lead 3 minutes later. The result lifts Juventus 4 points clear of second-placed Inter Milan. Ronaldo is the first player to score in 7 consecutive league games for Juventus since David Trezeguet netted in 9 successive matches in 2005. It's time now for our special segment, Off the Beat.
Sunah tribe, a marginalized community in the far west of the country, has been fast inching away from their traditional lifestyle of searching gold in the waters of Mahakali River. They had been making a living on the banks of Mahakali River by retrieving gold particles from the river water. However, some 65 families from Odali in Kantipur have already been displaced as they fail to obtain gold from the rivers with the passage of time. With their ancestral profession lost, these local residents from Odali, Aidi, Pujela have been making a living by collecting sand from the river and other daily wage jobs. These locals claim that their profession became extinct with the fast encroachment of Mahakali River as it became harder to obtain gold flakes, which is naturally found in the loose sediments of rivers that accumulate from the weathering of larger underground gold deposits, usually embedded in rocks. Campaigners promoting orange farming in Dhankuta have hosted a program where visitors can pluck oranges from the orange tree itself. The visitors are required to pay just 100 rupees per person and treat themselves by having as many oranges they want. The arrangement was also made for taking home a bag full of oranges after paying 250 rupees. The visitors were thus seen busy climbing trees to pluck the oranges and even collecting them for their families. The visitors expressed delight to be a part of this noble fair hosted by the Orange Farming Center in Dhankuta for the first time. The farming program Dhankuta also provided information and useful tips on orange farming to the visitors who were treated to 20 different orange species developed by the Orange Farming Center in Dhankuta. This is Bipashna Damang for Kantipur News Desk.
And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.